Before Rome, before Greece, there was Egypt, a land of gods, gold, and greatness. This is the story of how it rose from the sands to become the first great empire the world had ever seen. Chapter 1: Born of the Nile. It all began over 5,000 years ago, along the banks of a river that defied the desert, the Nile. Its seasonal floods brought life to an otherwise barren land. From this life came people, farmers, craftsmen, priests, and eventually kings. Chapter 2: The First Pharaohs. From scattered villages emerged cities, and from cities came unification. Around 3100 BCE, a powerful leader named Narmer, also known as Menes, did the unthinkable. He united Upper and Lower Egypt, forging the world's first nation-state. Crowned with the double crown, white for Upper Egypt, red for Lower, Narmer became the first pharaoh, a word meaning great house. But a pharaoh was more than just a king. He was the living embodiment of Horus, the falcon god, a bridge between mortals and the divine. Temples rose beside the Nile. Hieroglyphs were carved into stone, and a centralized bureaucracy began to form, ruling with divine order, or Ma'at, the sacred balance of truth and justice. This was the dawn of the Old Kingdom, the Age of Pyramids. Chapter 3: The Age of Gods and Pyramids. Between 2700 and 2200 BCE, Egypt reached architectural heights never before seen. Pharaohs such as Djoser, Sneferu, and most famously Khufu commissioned grand tombs to ensure their immortality. The Step Pyramid of Djoser, designed by the genius architect Imhotep, was the prototype. But it was the Great Pyramid of Giza, rising 146 meters into the sky, that became a wonder of the world, built not by slaves as once thought, but by skilled workers paid in bread, beer, and shelter. Yet beneath the grandeur, cracks began to form. The power of regional governors, called nomarchs, grew. Central authority weakened. Droughts hit. The annual Nile floods failed. Chaos crept in, and with it, the first intermediate period, a time when pharaohs fell and Egypt fractured. Chapter 4: The Rise of Thebes. But from disunity came rebirth. In the south, the city of Thebes gave rise to a new line of rulers. Around 2050 BCE, Mentuhotep II reunified the land, beginning the Middle Kingdom, an era of stability, innovation, and artistic flourishing. Pharaohs no longer ruled from godlike heights. They portrayed themselves as shepherds of the people, protectors of the weak. Canals were dug. Trade with Nubia and the Levant expanded. Literature blossomed, such as the tale of Sinew and instructions of Amenemhat. But ambition would soon draw Egypt into conflict with outsiders. To the north, invaders with horse-drawn chariots, the Hyksos, seized power. They brought destruction, but also progress. Bronze weapons, composite bows, and the knowledge Egypt would use against them. Chapter 5: Empire and Glory. Out of the ashes rose the new kingdom, Egypt's golden age. Led by warrior pharaohs like Ahmose I, Thutmose III, and the iconic Hatshepsut, Egypt became an empire. Armies marched beyond the Nile into Canaan, Syria, and deep into Nubia. Gold flowed from the south. Tribute arrived from the north. Temples of Karnak and Luxor expanded into vast religious cities. Obelisks pierced the sky. Art flourished and scribes recorded the glories of empire. And then came Akhenaten, the heretic king, who defied the gods and declared Aten, the sun disk, as the one true deity. He moved the capital to Amarna, rejected the old priesthood, and left Egypt divided again. His son, Tutankhamun, restored the old ways, but the damage had been done. Priests of Ammonius had grown powerful. Factionalism brewed beneath the surface. And though the empire still stood, its sun was beginning to set.